the self-censorship is the most dangerous thing, because you start doing it at a subconscious level. And it's that parasite, which you were saying, and that might be about your wife and the genes or anything else around you. And pretty soon, subconsciously, you're self-censoring and just numbing yourself. And then now you really are a zombie, and you walk around and you can't say what you think, which ultimately harms humanity. It harms our truth. It harms our progress. It harms everything. And to watch it happen on a social media channel is fascinating, because first they take away your shares and your virality. Then when you're still a bad boy, then they demonetize you. Then when you're still a bad boy, they give you a strike. And then when you really don't want to listen, they take you off the platform. And these little things start to just really make you smaller and smaller and smaller. And it works.
Can I give you a few examples?
Yes,
that
please.
I've had? So on LinkedIn, I've had countless posts removed for insane reasons. So for example, if I criticize some policy of by Joe Biden's administration, I will receive a thing. This tweet, this post has been removed because it is considered unprofessional and harassment and bullying. So in a free society, never mind that I'm a professor who weighs in on these issues. If I'm a trucker, anybody, I cannot directly criticize a policy by the president of the United States, because that's considered harassment and bullying. To whom? To Joe Biden, right? So I've had countless of those on LinkedIn. On Facebook, I've had several strikes where they say, you're about to lose your Facebook page forever, because I will take a screenshot of a death threat that I received. For those of you who don't know, who are listening to me for the first time, we are Lebanese Jews. I'm Jewish, from Lebanon, from the Middle East. So I received many death threats of this is how we're going to boil you, Jew. This is how we're going to put you in the oven, Jew. We like you, so you'll be the last to go in the oven, and all kinds of stuff. So I will take a screenshot of it, especially when the person is stupid enough to identify who they are or their email, and I will advertise it. I will get banned for spreading hate. So then I try to write to Facebook. I say, I'm just describing the death threat that I'm receiving. Now, if you want to be charitable, you might say, oh, but that's just an algorithmic glitch, or that's just, the person who is reviewing the things that is not paying attention. But again, do we want to live in a world where there's this kind of overlord oversight over our every syllable? I venture not.
No, we don't. And sorry for the fact that you get those death threats. They're not nice. I ended up running for mayor of London afterwards, and I got them too, which isn't a nice thing. But when they start threatening your family members, that's really not nice. And then when the police tell you there's not much they can do, it's not a nice thing to do. But I guess it's just par for the course if you want to try to get these messages out there. Doctor, you have something in the book where you say there's a crowd that says, I believe in free speech, but ... And it was interesting because when I was going through this struggle, I was posting my vlogs and everybody was arguing against me, and they had that, oh, of course we have free speech, but can you talk about the way you analyze that? Because it's important.
Yeah. So again, that goes back to deontological versus consequentialist ethics. When you're saying the but part, you are immediately triggering the consequentialist thing. Yes, of course, I believe in the deontological principle of freedom of speech. But, and now the but is exactly mired in consequentialism. So let me give you 3 or 4 examples of what I consider faulty consequentialism, which will include the I believe in freedom of speech but. So when the very esteemed Malibu, I refer to him as the Malibu meditator. Can you imagine who that might be?
I was just about to ask what your beef was with Sam Harris.
Yes. So and now, of course, you will receive a bunch of emails. Gad Saad suffers from Sam Harris derangement syndrome. I couldn't give a damn one way or the other about Sam Harris. I use him as an exemplar because humans are storytelling animals. So by using a specific exemplar, especially one who is, quote, an esteemed meditator and luminary and intellectual, then it pisses me off. So I am not because it's personal animus, but because you represent something that's very dangerous. So when Sam Harris gets on his soapbox and says, of course I believe in freedom of speech, but not for asteroid hurling towards Earth Donald Trump. I mean, he is worse than Osama bin Laden. He has said those words. He is a once in a lifetime existential threat to humanity. So of course it made sense for Twitter to remove him because the threat is simply too great. Okay, if that one is not enough of a lunatic statement, how about this one? Of course, I believe in journalistic integrity and I believe in truth. As a matter of fact, I've written a book called Lying, where I talk about the fact that you shouldn't lie. I'm speaking now as the Malibu meditator. But when the media, in conjunction with all the social media companies, decided to suppress the Hunter Biden story, that was perfectly reasonable, because had that story not been suppressed, then Orange Himmler would have ascended the throne a second time, and we can't have that asteroid hurling towards Earth. So again, yes, I believe in journalistic integrity, but let me give you a third one. Of course, I believe in presumption of innocence, but not for gang rapist Brett Kavanaugh, who went up and down the eastern seaboard raping every woman in sight. Now, sure, there is no evidence for that. Sure, it came up 36 years ago. It may have happened, may not have happened, but we can't take the risk of granting him the courtesy of not assuming that he's a gang rapist. After all, it's not a criminal case, it's a job interview. So it's okay to presume that he is a gang rapist as the default value. Okay? So each of those examples are not Gad satire. I'm not satirizing the positions. I am enunciating the exact position that they took, and yet I can't reach those people. Right? I can't say, you can't see how intellectually dishonest you're being. You're the guy who meditates all day and talks about intellectual virtues and honesty and so on. So that's why I go after supposedly Sam Harris. But I'm not going after Sam Harris. I'm going after the position that countless of his latte sipping friends in Malibu also enunciate, because they are smarter than us. They're not like the great unwashed. They're not the rubes. They're not the plebs. That's why, by the way, people can't exactly handle me, because I do hold all the fanciest credentials, and I do go and give the fancy talks at Stanford and USC, as I just did. And I do have a very long CV, yet I'm the defender of the common man. I am not part of the highfalutin ivory tower progressive list folks, and therefore I create antipathy in the people in USC. Why can't you be like us? By the way, it's the exact same reason, not that I'm in any way similar to Trump, other than in the following way. I argue that the reason why Donald Trump triggers such hostility amongst les bien-pensants, the highfalutin ivory tower, is because he serves as an existential aesthetic injury to their being, right? If Donald Trump, this ogre, this pig, according to them, this cantankerous kind of angry, he speaks with the wrong vernacular, his elocution is off. If he could ascend to the most important position, then all of my progressive lisp is for naught. Therefore, it invalidates me. Therefore, I have to bring him down. Otherwise, I'm fraudulent. That's why he's disgusting. That's why I have to revile him. And for the same reasons, that's why the fancy professor at USC whose voice was quivering when he was asking me questions, he can't accept that someone like me, who's better looking than him, who's got more swagger than him, who plays soccer really, really well, that invalidates the exemplar of what it is to be a progressive invertebrate castrato academic. Gad Saad must be killed so that we can flourish.
So
God damn, that was good.
That was beautiful. So their ego's under attack, and so they just go down to the lowest level of energy, to the amygdala.
It's visceral.
Right.
It's disgusting.
Right.
I think that guy, my wife might be fantasizing about being. It's Darwinian. It's visceral. Gad Saad disgusts me. It's never, I disagree with position X. Let's discuss it. You must be shut down. You're vile. What do you mean I'm vile? I'm very friendly. I'm very warm. I'm very sentimental. I actually, if you watch the talk, I mean, actually, my family came up to me and a few fans came up and said, "We're amazed that you could stay so calm." I'm totally calm. I'm smiley, and yet I trigger such animus. It could only be explained by the deepest ego defensive visceral stuff.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year is going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?